Welcome, Rebels. My name is Ashley. I'll be guiding you through our weekly yin practice. Whether you're choosing to ease into your morning or you're using this practice to wind down in the evening, or maybe you've just had a really busy day and you've decided that you need to take a break, which is good for you. We all need to learn how to take more breaks, myself included. So wherever you are, welcome. We're so happy to have you. And you did the most challenging part, which is you're here and you're taking time for yourself. Beginning our practice today, rolling the shoulders up and back. Coming into a gentle breathing exercise, just to become present in our bodies. We'll place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly, making this contact either with the body or with the earth can really help us ground and come out of here, which we spend so much time up here in our heads, and learn how to just spend time right where we are, being very mindful of our space. I do also suggest that as we get into our breath work, if placing one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly doesn't work for you today, you can use blocks or books for props. You can also use a blanket or a pillow. Just making contact with something that has a texture or something that just is your favorite item around your house can really just help you ground and feel more comfortable in your body and in your practice. So wherever you are, whatever you're deciding to use to ground yourselves, we'll come into a few easy rounds of breath, closing the eyes if that feels good to you, breathing in through the nose, and out through the nose. Dropping into the body and out of the head, breathing in and out. Recognizing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, right here, right now. A few more rounds of breath here, breathing in. Slowly exhaling, releasing the air from the nose. Checking in with the face. Noticing if there's anything that's tense that we can loosen a little bit. So if your jaw is clenched, go ahead and release, trying for a little bit of space in between your teeth. Taking the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, bringing a gentle smile to the lips. If that feels good to you today, 2 more rounds of breath here, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Slowly transitioning into our first pose. We'll be doing a lot of positions on our back today. Nice and relaxed. So using a block or books, whatever is available to you today, we're going to place one at the highest setting. And then another one at the second highest setting. And maybe if you really enjoy building things, you might just want to take a moment and be a little fun and lighthearted and make some shapes. Alternative option is to lean a block here. So whatever sort of shape speaks to you today, go ahead and go with that. And then taking our pillow, we're going to prop that up We're making a nice diagonal slope here. Extending the legs out long. Leaning back. Oh yeah, that feels nice. And then if you have the blanket, for this particular posture, I recommend placing the blanket underneath your hips. And you are always welcome to use multiple blankets. So if you're a little bit chilly, you might want to place a blanket over your knees. This is your practice, this is your time. So if your mind is saying, I need more blankets, then you need some more blankets. Maybe you need some more pillows. Maybe you surround yourself with blankets and pillows and you make a nice little fort for yourself for the next half an hour. Do what feels good to you. Taking an inhale breath, getting cozy. We're gonna slowly lean back, sending the legs out long, placing the palms face up for receiving, shoulders away from the ears, closing the eyes down if that feels good to you. And if you had a very energetic day today, or you've been spending additional time in your head or in your heart or both, and you need to feel that extra grounding, that support, place the palms face down and begin breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Scooching those shoulders a little bit further away, sending those heels down, really elongating through the whole body. Breathing in, breathing out. As we settle into this practice, I offer the intention of being here, being present. How can we just be here and be present? Breathing in and out. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest. We're here for 5 more rounds of breath. Breathing in and out. Feeling the connection and the support to the pillow, to the blanket, to the earth beneath us. Breathing in and out. 2 more rounds of breath. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more for good measure. In and out. Gently adjusting into our next posture. Rolling the blanket up a little bit. Placing that underneath our knees. Taking the pillow. Setting the blocks aside for now, or the books. Setting this pillow up nice and long. Taking an inhale. And then gently rounding the spine all the way down for a heart opener. Extend the arms out, coming back to that idea of what feels good for the hands. Palms face down for grounding. Palms face up for receiving energy. If you're feeling the need for that connectivity with yourself, to be here and be present, come back to placing one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Whatever is speaking to you, go ahead and choose that pose. Elongate the neck a little bit and then settle into this nice heart-opening posture. Feeling the support of the blanket underneath your knees. Feeling the support of the pillow on your head, your shoulders, your back. Scooching those shoulders down a little bit, breathing in, breathing out. Be here, be present. Five more rounds of breath here. Expanding through the lungs. Envisioning that we're beginning to breathe from this lower diaphragm, filling ourselves with oxygen all the way up through the crown of the head, in and out. In and out. Stay with the breath, stay with yourself, in and out. Two more. Keeping the eyes closed if that feels good to you. Gently roll over onto your right or left side into a fetal position. Using a blanket in between the knees. Settling in here. After those big heart openers, sometimes it's nice to recenter ourselves, just hugging everything in, reminding ourselves that we have our own backs. That everything that we need is within us right here. Take 3 rounds of breath here, resetting, breathe in, breathe out. Eyes can be closed or open here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gently rolling onto the spine again. Removing the pillow. Scooching down a little bit, elevating those knees. The blanket, again, always your choice. I just offer these options. You know your body best. So I've had a little bit of tightness in my upper back. So what I'm going to do is place the blanket right along my spine as a support, and then You may even decide to just do a very gentle micro bend with the knees if you would like. Alternative option is to add an extra pillow, or if you'd like to elevate the legs a little bit, you can fold the pillow up. So whatever feels good to you, take a breath or two to settle in and do what feels best to you. And then gently get into that pose, being here, being present, scooching those shoulders a little bit further away from the ears, gently opening up through the throat space. So just very gently tip the chin up. Not too much, but just enough to really open up through this space, inviting in some new energy, some new strength and power to your voice. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. As we get a little bit deeper into our practice, as a reminder, you are welcome to stay in any of these poses for longer periods of time. So because we only have half an hour together, we typically hold all of these poses for 5 to 8 breaths. But oftentimes in yin, each of these poses, if we were taking an hour-long class, would be held for 5, even 10 minutes. So if you're really getting into the practice and you want to hold these poses for extra time, you are welcome to do so. And getting settled back in, breathing out. Remembering that this is your practice. Maybe this one pose feels the very best, so you just choose to stay in this pose for the rest of the practice. You know your body best. Breathing in for 3 more here. Breathe in and out. Filling up those lungs. One more. And the next inhale, gently roll over onto your right side. Placing the blanket in between your knees. If you would like some extra squishy support, maybe you use the pillow and switch those around. Again, whatever feels best to you. And getting settled in here. Hugging the knees at a place that feels good to you. So if you want, just again, to feel like you're very housed and very protected, draw those knees in a little bit more. Or if you want an additional release of the lower back, extend the knees out a little bit longer. And then we're gently going to extend the left arm up and overhead. So working on a very gentle shoulder opener, gentle oblique opener. Sending the bottom arm out to a T or cactus it, whatever feels good to you. Breathing in, breathing out. Palms gently placed into the ground. Reminder to just be here, be present. Breathe in, breathe out. Wonderful job. Connect with the breath. Enjoy the peace and the stillness of each of these poses. This is another pose where you might choose to close the eyes down to tune back into the self. 3 more rounds of breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Check in with the throat space. Check in with the face space. What can we release? What can we leave here? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And this time, let's open the mouth and sigh it out. Really letting it go. Yeah. Gently extend that left arm down. Hug everything in. Rolling over onto the left side. So you can roll over onto the wall behind you and get comfortable. I'm going to swing around so that you can see what I'm doing. And then gently settling into that left side. Bottom arm comes out, keeping that blanket in, noticing what feels good, and then gently extending this arm out, up and overhead, settling in, breathing in, breathing out. Noticing the difference between the right side and the left, getting grounded, getting cozy, being here. Here on the mat, this is your own time with yourself to connect, to let go. To be reminded that slowing down and savoring each moment is so, so important. Something that I try to remind myself of often throughout every day. When we get super busy, we get caught up in the moment with feelings or thoughts or a busy schedule. That's the time when it's most important to stop and breathe. Three more rounds of breath. See if you can open up through the heart a little bit. Gentle pressure in the palms. Inviting in that new energy. Releasing anything here that you maybe feel or have thought about letting go of. Three more rounds of breath. Keeping the airways open by taking the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Next inhale, breathe in even a little deeper, take another sip of air, and then exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Leaving it here. Gently release the top arm, rolling onto the back again. Coming into a reclined goddess pose. So for this pose, I would recommend placing a blanket underneath the hips. The pillow, you can use a pillow on your head, or alternatively, if you want to feel the weight of something, place it on your feet or your chest, bringing the blocks or the books back as you bring the soles of the feet to touch. Sending those feet out a little bit wider if that feels good. And then gently settle in, adjusting those blocks. Going all the way down. It might not be a weighted blanket, but sometimes just putting something on top of the body to settle into these poses, it forces us to ground a little bit more, to get settled in a little bit more. So however you're choosing to use these props, just do what feels good to you. Breathing in and out. Closing the eyes down again if that feels good to you. Breathe in and out. Be here, be present. Those shoulders are creeping up. Slowly roll them down. They like to creep up, those shoulders. They're sneaky. Pressing the shoulder blades into the mat. Keeping the palms face down, opening up the throat a little bit. Gently smiling. Feeling the soles of the feet touch and connect. Feeling the knees connect with the mat or the blocks or the books. Feeling the hips connect to the blanket. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest. Feeling the heart beating. Feeling the head cradled by the earth. Be here. Be present. Reclined goddess is an excellent pose to open up through the hips and the low back. Three more rounds of breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out, let go. Breathe in. Breathe out, be present. Breathe in. Biggest breath of the day. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Leaving it here. Whatever it is, leave it. Slowly slowly place the hands on the outside of the thighs to help protect the lower body. Gently bring the knees together. Place the pillow aside, maybe on your head, for our upcoming Savasana, everybody's favorite. Putting those blocks off to the side, bending the knees, and then gently windshield wipering back and forth to release any tension that may have built up in the low back from that last posture. We worked on some hip openers today, some heart openers, opening up through the low back and the obliques. And most importantly, working on the breath. The breath is the most important thing, always. And then gently hug the knees into the chest. Remind yourselves again that you've got this, that everything you need is within you, ready to be awakened. Big inhale. And then exhale, let it all go. You may decide to keep the blanket underneath the hips. Maybe you want to get cozy and place the blanket over you, using the pillow to whatever way speaks to you. Letting the feet fall out, really taking up space, being here, being present. Taking rest. Thanking yourselves for all the hard work that you did today, on and off the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. And you may choose to stay in the Savasana as long as you would like, letting the sound of the music and the sound of your breath transport you and support you. And if you do need to finalize your practice, gently roll over onto the right or left side, whatever speaks to you. Taking one round of breath here, breathing in and out. Gently rising up to a seated position. Sitting cross-legged. Bringing the hands to heart center, breathing in and out. Thank you so much, Rebels, for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again, whether it's online or on campus. You might want to join me for an early morning Rise and Shine yoga every Wednesday from 6:15 to 7 o'clock a.m. or a Vin Yin class every Thursday from 5:30 to 6:30. Thank you so much for your beautiful practice. Remember to be excellent to yourselves and excellent to each other. Take care.